With Dainsleif being brought back into the main story with the Chasm in 2.6, it appears that some individuals were actually able to data mine information regarding his skill, burst, weapon type, element, and role. Now normally I don't cover stuff like this, but with Dainsleif being such a centerpiece to all of Genshin as a whole, I felt people might want to know about it. To protect their privacy, I will refer to the leaker as Uso. Wouldn't want them to get in trouble with Hoyoverse, now would we? Uso has stated their findings as such. Dainsleif will be a sword-wielding character whose primary role is as a main DPS. My sword-only account will be very happy about this. He does not possess a vision, but will utilize a new element known as Void. This power comes from the Abyss, and more specifically, the Irminsul tree. Without getting too deep into the lore, this is the tree that is responsible for the ley lines within Teyvat. Apparently during the Cataclysm in Khaenri'ah, this was the tree that Dainsleif was meant to guard. It was a key component to what is referred to as alchemy today. During its destruction, some kind of energy was unleashed from the tree and Dainsleif was exposed to this. That energy manifested itself as the power and curse he now possesses. We don't yet know how Void will interact with other elements or if any other characters will also share in this type of power, so for now we'll just have to wait for more news on that front. During his burst, Crepusculum Aeternum, he unsheaths the Twilight Sword for 11 seconds. All the damage done by this blade cannot be healed, and its attacks are infused with void damage which cannot be overridden. Enemies that are attacked during this time will become petrified. When attacking a petrified enemy, each slash increases the damage of the Twilight Sword by 6%. Max additional damage increase is 24%. Uso states that Dainsleif's burst animation shows his right arm glowing bright blue whilst he reaches out and the Twilight Sword materializes within his grasp. Also, an eclipse can be seen in the sky behind him. Uso then goes on to describe Dainsleif's elemental skill as such. Dainsleif channels void energy into his sword to perform a slash in front of him, dealing AoE void damage. The damage done to enemies with this attack is proportionately converted into healing for himself, which scales based off of his attack stat. The attack can be used up to 3 times consecutively, and it enters a cooldown if it isn't cast again within a short period, kind of similar to Diluc. The third hit will apply the Voided Flames debuff to enemies in close proximity. So if we check out what this debuff is, Uso says that the Voided Flames debuff seems to be similar to that of Smoldering Flames, but ticks for more damage over a shorter period of time. If an enemy is defeated while afflicted by Voided Flames, it can spread to other nearby enemies and affect them as well. Apparently, the tentative release date for Dainsleif will be on April 1st, 2023, so a year from today. I didn't think he would be coming up so soon, but I'm definitely looking forward to having him become a playable character. That's all the information that Uso was able to gather, but I hope you're as excited for Dainsleif as I am. Oh, and also, happy April Fools. Feel free to play along in the comments so people who are just clicking on the video don't catch on right away. Sorry if I got your hopes up, but I couldn't resist.